Hi everyone, Dr. Scott here. I'm actually just driving to a lovely charity called Dogs For Autism. They basically help to train dogs to support children and adults with autism spectrum disorder. Now, I'm sure many of you are aware that I was given my adult diagnosis last year, but that was after my two youngest children were also diagnosed with autism. As a vet, and as an animal lover, I've always realized the importance of animals for support and their ability to read us and to help us, even when they don't quite understand what the problem is incredible. This particular charity works incredibly hard to make sure that these dogs are equipped for a life alongside someone with autism, and it can truly be transformative. So I'm looking forward to introducing them all to you, particularly Buddy, very, very handsome young dog who's learning to be an autism support dog.
Dogs for Autism's poster boy is gorgeous Buddy, who has enjoyed newfound fame thanks to appearing on the TV show that I'm resident vet on, ITV's This Morning. Buddy has become quite the celebrity, rubbing shoulders with the presenters of the show to A-listers like Julianne Moore, Sir Ian McClelland and Jeff Goldblum, Simon Cowell, TV presenters Anton Deck, stylist Gok Wan, comedian Miranda Hart, and musician Brian May, to name a few. During his rise to stardom, Buddy is constantly supervised by the founder and chief executive of Dogs for Autism, Hilary Armour. And right from the very start of his journey, Buddy and I have had a very close relationship.
We've only found a lesser spotted Dr. Scotty. Look! I don't believe you signed the Buddy portrait yet.
I haven't, but I'm very keen
like
to. I would love to.
We're going to watch it for charity.
I like the real thing better, but sure.
He is loving that.
I needed a bit of a bloody snuggle this morning. Well, this is his job, isn't it? Being an autistic support dog, and he's doing exactly that with me.
Today, I've been invited to a special training session for Buddy at the Dogs for Autism HQ in Alton, Hampshire. Before I get to snuggle Buddy once more, I first want to catch up with Hilary, who is a qualified dog trainer, animal behaviourist and teacher. Throughout her teaching career, Hilary has specialised in teaching autistic students with learning disabilities.
Hello, Hilary. How are you?
Oh,
Great
Scott,
to see you.
Hi. Lovely to see you.
And you as well. Who's this gorgeous girl?
And this is Daisy. This is Marcus's assistant dog, my son.
Yes.
Yeah, he's with a carer out and about today, so she's come in to work.
Oh, hello, beautiful.
So tell me a little bit about your son, Marcus.
Marcus has quite significant learning difficulties. He is non-conversational, so he can speak, but he can't have a conversation. Can't read or write, but his dog tells him if a problem's starting to occur. So Marcus is now 18. He's had an assistance dog since he was 8 or 9, all trained through Dogs for Autism. Because of my background as a dog trainer and as an autism teacher, we trained our own dog to start with, and that's how Dogs for Autism started. And Daisy is his second assistance dog.
And how does Daisy work at supporting him through his autism?
His dog gives him an early warning of any meltdown he might be having, and that's helped him to learn how to manage and regulate, which is amazing. It's been life-changing for Marcus, because his meltdowns used to be very, very frightening for him, for everybody else.
For you, I'm sure too.
Yeah. And the trouble was afterwards he would be bereft, because this huge outburst would happen. Quite often he would damage things or hurt himself, sometimes when he was younger hurt other people. But Daisy has helped him learn to recognise when it's going to happen and make choices about getting to a safe space, even for someone with his level of learning disability. We never dreamed that would be possible for him.
And what's the advanced warning time like? I mean, it's just probably momentary.
No, it's about between 20 minutes and half an hour.
Wow. I mean, that is transformative, isn't it?
Yeah.
For her to know that Marcus is going to hit trouble in 30 minutes, it means that you, as well as a parent, you can deviate your approach. You know, it's all about diversion, isn't it? About giving them something different to do, something positive, changing the scene, breaking them out into a different space. I mean, as a family, that must have changed your life. And I suppose that, as you say, is the catalyst for why Dogs for Autism is such a big part of your heart and your life.
Yeah. I think it's hard to explain sometimes to people what an autism assistance dog does. They all do task work, like deep pressure therapy, leading people out of busy environments so that people don't get stuck in a busy environment, to give them independence. There's a whole host of tasks that they do, which is important as an assistance dog. But if you're living with autism and you're trying to navigate the neurotypical world, it can be very difficult. And if your dog can help you recognize when things are starting to go wrong deep inside, the independence that can give a family and a young person is
huge,
utterly life-changing.
Yeah.
And when you have people who had almost become very isolated, they didn't feel they could leave the home, and when you've got them going out and working in jobs, commuting, getting on a train, it's as life-changing as a guide dog is for a blind person.
Yeah. So how can people support the charity?
Fundraising for the charity is tough.
Yes.
And it's like climbing a rock face of mud. And the reason for that is because we're in the bottom of a financial crisis, and people can't give their money away because they don't know what's coming around the corner.
Yes.
My message is, if lots of people give a little bit, we'll be okay. And for Dogs for Autism, we're just asking as many people as possible to give us a little bit, so that we can just keep that momentum going, and we can plan and train, run the training centre, make those partnerships that utterly transform people's lives.
Now, I know that Buddy's here, and I know that he's training outside, so I might just go and say a quick hello.
Yeah.
So lovely to meet you. Well done, Daisy, and all the work you're doing for lovely Marcus, and well done you as well. Incredible work. All right, see you in a bit. As Hilary said, volunteers are the lifeblood of many rescue and charitable organisations. I'm now about to meet one of those valuable volunteers, Anne, who's taken in the beautiful Buddy into her home while he completes his autism assistance training journey.
Hello, Buddy. Hi, you must be Anne. How are you? Nice to meet you. Hello, how are you? Look how big you've got. My gosh, how old is he now?
He's 11 months old.
11 months old. Now, I understand that you're the lucky lady that's been able to foster him. How's that going?
I am, yes. He's great fun. I love having him at my home. Buddy's my second dog, so we really enjoy fostering. It fits in with my work and my family, and it's an amazing thing to do. Yeah,
and a lovely way to sort of help these dogs that are on this sort of superpower journey to help people with autism.
Absolutely. I'm really special to be part of the charity.
And how is Buddy taken to the change? Because it's quite a transition, isn't it, from living with Hilary and Daisy and Marcus to now being in a different family environment and lots of new skills that he's learning too.
Yeah. We did it over a week. We did a little stay at mine, went back to Hilary's during the day, just over a week and a half. And then after, it just seemed to settle in really well.
Well, Buddy, I know you're at school at the moment, and there's Gemma. Hello, Gemma. Hi, Scott. How are you? Lovely to meet you. So you're taking over on all this training and helping with getting this boy kind of ready for the next level. So he's kind of gone to big school, hasn't he now?
Phase 2.
Yeah, phase 2. So tell me, what does phase 2 look like for him?
So now Buddy's hit his teenage years, he's more ruled by his hormones. So
as all teenagers are, yes.
They stay with mum and dad in the safe zone, and then as they get a bit older, mum and dad are a lot less interesting, so they want to go out and explore.
Yes.
So yeah, it's basically just rehearsing all of the training again and again and again.
And what sort of training, like, can you show me a little bit of the sort of training that you do?
So Buddy's practicing something what we call place work, so that's where I say, Buddy,
Buddy.
Buddy, bed. He'll go and find his bed himself, and he'll go and lie down and make a noise.
Very impressive.
And so the name of the game is Buddy just needs to stay on the bed. We'll wait for him till he goes down into a flat. And we'll set.
Good boy.
So when we first practice this, it's just me and Buddy in a completely empty room, no distractions.
Yeah.
We just build up the duration that he's on the bed, and then when he can do that, we start bringing in things like other people, other dogs. So in real time, when he's placed, when he's out and about in restaurants, supermarkets, he knows he can do a flat and just ignore everything else that's going on around him.
The flat technique is something that you use because down is a bit of a word used a bit too much with dog owners. We're saying down all the time, including the kids get down. So for dogs, it's probably clearer to say flat. Right?
Yeah, because it's not very often people say flat all the time. If the dog hears down in different contexts, they just become desensitized to it. So when you do need to say down to the dog, that they don't listen because it doesn't mean anything.
So, Jamie, how do you go about training a dog to be an assistance dog for people with autism?
So it's basically he needs to have all of the attributes of a really well-behaved pet dog, but he needs to be able to do it in lots and lots of really distracting environments. So really busy places, pubs, restaurants, supermarkets, anywhere where he needs to be able to cope with lots in his environment and be able to keep rock steady and be able to support his partner that he's placed with.
And how do you actually train a dog to alert that their partner may be suffering with dysregulation?
Yeah, so that's going to be different for every dog. So each partner will have their own way that they want them to do that. So an example might be the dog might just bump them on the leg with the nose. They might tap them on the arm with the paw. They might just come and stand in front of them and lean and look up at them. But we match that to how each individual would want it.
As far as Buddy's journey, how much further through training is he expected to go before he gets partnered with someone who he will support?
So we aim for stage 2 to be about 12 months, but sometimes it's different for every dog. Sometimes they need a little bit less, sometimes they need a little bit more. But the main thing is we need somebody that matches them. So it's not a case of you have one list for the dog and one list for the person, and whoever gets to the top there gets to the dog. Each one has a really, really detailed profile. What do they need their dog to do? What do they like in a dog? Do they want big dogs, small dogs? Then we write all his strengths and weaknesses out, and then you match.
Well, I'm sure that anyone will be lucky to have him, and it'll be like all their Christmases are cold.
Yeah.
He's just such a lovely dog, isn't
He's gorgeous.
he? Yes, you're a good boy, and we're very proud of you. Well done, mate. And Merry Christmas. Yeah, Merry Christmas. Hi, guys. So you've met Buddy now. He's absolutely gorgeous, and he's doing so well on his training journey. But one key thing about Christmas is that actually it is a stressful time for a lot of people that suffer with autism. And that's because it's quite loud. There's lots of new people. There's lots of change in the normal routine. And that can lead to stress for all of us, but particularly for people with autism. So these dogs being by their side makes such a huge difference to their quality of life by basically calming them down, keeping them centered and keeping them grounded, and making sure that all people, including those with autism, can enjoy a wonderful Christmas. So it's been an incredible day being back here at Dogs for Autism. The team here, led by Hilary, do such amazing work to train these dogs to make a real difference in people's lives. People with autism are all very different, like all of us are. And these dogs are trained to suit, and they really do provide an invaluable service to transform those people's lives. It really is a wonderful thing. So if you're thinking about supporting a charity, why not support Dogs for Autism this Christmas? They could really do with a lovely gift just from you guys. Please do subscribe to the channel and also like this video so that you can help me help more rescues here on Rescue Vet. Bye for now. Say bye, buddy. Bye. Bye.